Okay, so in today's episode of Binge Watch, we're talking about a show that recently concluded its third season and has instantly become a favorite for a lot of people watching it. It, of course, is a part of the Prime Video catalog. We, of course, had two movies in which we had Tom Cruise starring as this very character, directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who later went on to direct the Mission Impossible movies. We are talking about Reacher Season 1 today. And here's the plot of Reacher Season 1.
You have any thoughts on dessert?
In Reacher Season 1, Jack Reacher, played by Alan Ritchson, a former military cop with no plans, rolls into the small town of Margrave, Georgia. He's wrongfully arrested for murder but soon uncovers a huge conspiracy involving the town's corrupt elite. Teaming up with local cops Roscoe and Oscar, Reacher takes down the bad guys, all while showing zero chill and delivering non-stop action. Okay, so let's talk about the people that made Reacher Season 1. Of course, it's based on Lee Child's novel series. Well, the series has been created by Nick Santora, who's previously worked on Prison Break as well. And we have Michael Karasik, who's directed several episodes of this very season. Now that we've spoken about the people that are behind this wonderful show, let's talk about some fun facts right here on Binge Watch. So here are some fun facts. Okay, so let's talk about Alan Ritchson's physique for this very show. He's a tall guy and he has a very muscular build. And his interpretation of the character is, of course, different from what Tom Cruise did with this very character in the two movies that he, portrayed this character of Jack Reacher. And he really worked hard on getting this physique. He got down to 250 pounds and he's 6 feet 5 inches tall. Well, he worked really hard to achieve this physique, and I'm sure it must have taken him a lot of effort to maintain this during the course of the shooting, which might have been over several months. So kudos to him for that. Let's talk about the second fun fact. Here's something that would make Christopher Nolan really proud, and the fact that there's barely any CGI in Reacher Season 1. All the fight sequences have been shot without any CGI. Well, here's a third fun fact about Reacher Season 1. Lee Child, who's of course written the novels on which this very show is based, has actually done a cameo in Season 1. I would really want for you to guess which scene was he present in. And let's move forward to main character from Reacher Season 1. Okay, so the main character for me has to be Jack Reacher himself, and let me tell you why. Okay, so Jack Reacher in Reacher Season 1 is a tough, quiet ex-military cop who wanders through life, stepping in to fight injustice when needed. Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall with brains and brawn, he's all about doing what's right, no matter the cost. He doesn't talk much, but when he does, it's impactful. He's a reluctant hero with his own moral code, taking down bad guys with precision and strength. Well, now that we've spoken about the main character from Reacher Season 1, let's talk about the standout roles. And for me, the standout role has to be the character of Roscoe, and let me tell you why. Okay, so Roscoe's a tough, no-nonsense cop in Margraves who's skeptical of Reacher at first, but soon teams up with him. She's smart, brave, and won't back down when things get messy. In a town full of corruption, she's all about doing what's right and isn't afraid to challenge the system. She quickly becomes a key ally in taking down the bad guys. And let me tell you about the highlights from Reacher Season 1. In Reacher Season 1, Jack Reacher confronts an abusive boyfriend in a tense, memorable scene. The boyfriend is roughing up his girlfriend at a diner and Reacher steps in, calmly but firmly warning him to stop. When the guy doesn't listen, Reacher uses his size and skills to subdue him quickly and efficiently. Okay, so that's all about Reacher Season 1, but that's not the end of the episode. We also have this part of the show that we like to call, if you like this, then what can you watch? And I would recommend that you stay on Amazon Prime Video and watch Jack Ryan. Yes, the wonderful show starring John Krasinski is doing wonders. And yes, you have to go and check it out. It's full of action. Well, its final season has also concluded. I wouldn't say much. It's an espionage thriller, and I personally love it. So I would really urge for you to go and watch Jack Ryan Season 1 and all the seasons if you have time. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Binge Watch. I'm your host, Bhaarat. We try to cover a new title on an episode of Binge Watch each week. So if you're liking what we're doing, please like this video so that the algorithm pushes it further. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.